Welcome to Broken&Obsessed. And at the end of the last video, I teased shooting a gel block and seeing what the smoothbore would do versus a rifle.
Yeah, I fudged up making this video. I should have taken a whole 10 seconds and done a teeny tiny bit of research before making the video. The Thompson is not a smoothbore. I've had it in my head for probably 20 years that this reproduction is a smoothbore, and it seems pretty obvious on the website that it's referring to the exterior finish of the barrel, not the rifling. I made sense of it, thinking the design intent was to use a smooth bore for an unstable bullet so that it would act more like a hollow point upon impact. You know, some machine gun, a 45, it's not shooting a long distance, so it made sense to me up till yesterday when I kind of figured this out. Thankfully, one of you guys actually called me out. Actually, two of you guys called me out in the comments. First one I doubled down on. Second one pressed it again. And then I actually went and did a little research and did this crazy thing called pull out the gun when I got home and actually checked it. And yeah, it's rifled. Made this video thinking this would be hot shit. Thanks, Chris. Instead, what I'm proving is that you shouldn't be on the internet.
Specs on the end line for the rotary girder. I'm retarded.
I'm still putting this out because it was a lot of fun to make this video. It's still interesting comparing the Thompson and the Vector, even if it's from the wrong premise.
So today I've brought out my Thompson again. I think I filmed that one 2 months ago. And then also for comparison for our rifled, I have my Vector SBR, which is a lot of fun. And of course, we have our gel block. First one, I can see why Kentucky likes to hit his block because it's actually kind of fun. You can just like tap it and feel it all the way in. It's really weird. It's like solid jello. I mean, it's 80 degrees outside right now. It's weird feeling. So we're gonna have a little fun. This particular range does not like people shooting their stuff. I don't like you bring out glass bottles, old monitors, TVs, any of that goofy stuff. So we did reach out in advance and get permission to shoot this block on our own table and not destroy their stuff or leave garbage behind. So when we're shooting this thing, it should not leave anything behind except for maybe a few microscopic pieces of gel, which even then I doubt because these things are pretty flexible. Before we shoot the gel block though, I am going to check one thing, which is height over bore. For those who don't know, sights are up here, the bolt's coming out down here. I'm going to be shooting fairly close because I'm not the greatest shot in the world by any stretch of the imagination, and I only got one shot, and this is a 6x6 target, and I want to try and leave space for multiple bullets here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and check our height over bore. And when we're shooting so close, what we really got to worry about is, again, optic up here, well, lack of an optic up here, and the bore down here. So I put the sights here, I might hit down here. So on a 6-inch gel block, I might be a difference of about 4 inches here. So I want to make sure I get the right spot. Exactly what I was worried about. We're going to have to aim several inches high, so hitting high in the block is going to be a little sketchy. I might draw myself a little target on the wood that's behind the block because the wood's above it. So at the very least with the Vector, I know I'm hitting about 2.5 inches below where the sight is. So if I'm going to try and hit here, then I probably need to be aiming about here, which will be on the wood. So I'm probably going to draw myself a little sketch with the Sharpie and give myself a spot to aim for. That's a lot better. So aim there, hit there. So this is a hell of a lot easier. I don't know the best way to compare this, and for a very simple reason. One, we don't shoot the full metal jackets very much, not for self-defense, but this is what you use in war too. Curiosity here is if the bolt's going to tumble quicker or instantly because there's no rifling, will it perform similarly to a modern hollow point? So we're going to start off by shooting the full metal jackets out of both, see how each perform. I don't expect a lot, especially with the Vector. Then when we switch to the hollow points, I'll be very curious to see what happens with the Thompson more than the Vector, because these are relatively known today, but I've never seen anybody shoot it again with the smoothbore, so we're going to find out what happens. All right, safety off this time, and full metal jacket first. All right, let's see what that looks like. All right. Hopefully we can see this well on camera. Pretty uneventful. I'm very happy. I got that very straight, so, and I hit exactly where I wanted to. All right, full metal jacket and a Thompson. Let's see how she looks. All right, all things considered, that looks very similar. I was expecting to see some tumbling, but you don't really see that till you get to the last maybe 4 inches of the block. This is a 16-inch block, by the way. So hopefully you can see that pretty well. One spear gold dot. See how she does out of a smooth bore. That was a little more energetic. Well, it came out the bottom and somehow didn't hit the table. So, full metal jacket and the spear gold dot. So it died off here. Don't necessarily take that against spear if you think that's bad performance, because that is actually a reload just using a spear gold dot bullet. But that is pretty surprisingly different. I really thought we would see this tumbling. Let me get this light. I really thought we'd see this tumbling out of the smoothbore way sooner. So that's very interesting. All right, Vector with the same spear gold dot. That's reload. Let's see how it compares. Got to aim high and turn the safety off. Well, I'm going to say that's a lot bit different, and we caught a bullet. Sweet. That's the sunlight. So, full metal jacket, like a freaking laser beam going through. Hollow point, very quick expansion, and we caught it. So I guess that's probably why we compare. Here's the smooth bore. I'd say it's relatively similar performance. I wish we would have caught that bullet, but it just eked out. I think we're going to take another shot just to see if we can catch it. Just to be able to compare the two. Or we can take 30 seconds and find the bullet, which is actually still warm. But that expanded really well. I'll dig the other one out here in a minute. But I'd say they look pretty much identical. So that's very surprising to me. All right, here's the two hollow points out of the gel block. The crazy thing is, they look pretty similar, but if anything, I'd say this guy right here has got a little more expansion. You can see a little more ribbing here, so this is taking a higher impact. And that is out of the Thompson. I'm guessing that has to do with the extra, 5 inches of barrel. So either way, they both performed really well, but I'd say the Thompson actually did slightly better, which is very surprising, because I would have expected the bolt to come in and turn immediately.
but it very clearly didn't.
Okay, just for fun, I got a 357 spear gold dot, a real spear gold dot this time. This is what I keep in my handy dandy revolver for bumping the night. So don't see a lot of people shoot at least the mainstream gun tubers shoot blocks with the 357. So I'm curious. I've heard it compared to a 10 millimeter. I'm going to try and shoot next to one of the 45s. I only have the one with me. I should have thought that one ahead, but I didn't. So I'm going to try and shoot next to one of the 45s. I'm going to still try and shoot a little more center, and let's just see how it compares. Go ahead. All right, here we go. Don't fuck it up, because I only got one shot.
Or he misses.
Clear. Okay, I'm pretty happy with that because I got it right next to the 45, and holy shit, that is a whole lot more devastating. I might have to heat gun this thing just to make sure you guys can see how much wider this is. It's probably 50% wider than the 45. We got a pedal back here, so it just eked out of the block. So we might be able to find the bullet on the ground here. We'll take a peek. So my Thompson unboxing video, which was way too long, by the way. I didn't know what else to cut. I cut a lot of that thing, and I'm sorry it was way too long. But I made a comparison between it and the M1 Garand, and I said I'd rather have this. I will admit, before I even make a comparison here, I would still rather have a Thompson for clearing a room. But in general, I'd still rather have a rifle, period. So we're just going to see how different a rifle is versus a pistol.
It's on.
Let's see how we do.
Holy shit, balls.
Just a smidgen different. And if you want the ping, you got to subscribe. Clear. Oh, holy shit. Look at the damage to the table. I think there was some energy transfer there. Holy shit. And I think the bolt came out the bottom. Oh, let's find the block now. Well, I'll do that. Oh. Should have brought some water to clean it off. Holy shit! That is something else to see in person. I obviously hit the center of the block, but that wound channel here, I forgot to say, this is just a 150 grain ball. This isn't even a flat nose or anything like that. So it is correct to what they would have used in World War II. Those were supposed to be shooting about 2,800 feet per second. This one's probably loaded to about 2,900. So don't actually know that because I had to make a bullet for this video. I only had soft points, so my reloads are 150 full metal jacket. So it works. It'll be close enough, right? Close enough for me, at least. Let's look at it from the top. So what's interesting is, hopefully we can see this, the expansion is actually really flat. I don't know if we'll capture that in the camera or not, but despite being a ball, there's debris in here. That is wild, but you can also see it took a little bit to actually start tumbling. So I don't think we had quite the same expansion as you would with, say, well, anyway, phrase it, there is no expansion like there would be on a hunting bullet. That is so fucking cool. Oh, that's still dirty. Okay, I'm just doing a little cleanup here, getting ready for the next shoot, and putting away my table. Holy crap, this thing is bent. My leg is Actually, no, I'm sorry, that is the top of it, but still, this thing came in with enough force to bend the metal underneath. Damn, that 30-06 is nothing to shake a stick at. Oh, wait a minute. We took the gel block off the table because it's starting to get a little toasty out here. I'm sure you can tell I am soaking wet. I'm not quite sweating through my shirt yet, but I'm getting there. It's getting a little toasty. So we gotta get it in the shade so it doesn't melt. So might be able to get it cleaned up and insert some pictures. We'll see. So this is a lot of fun comparing the old school Thompson versus the new school Vector, which is a really cool gun. This is a really cool gun. And then just for fun, I had to compare it against the M1 Garand because I can. Is this a fair comparison between these two iconic weapons? No, not in any way, shape, or form. They are designed for very different purposes, but it's my channel. I do what I want. If you like more of this, actually subscribe because I'm trying to do a every other week release. And we'll see how this goes. Thanks for watching. Okay, now I'm going to ping it because I can. Love it. Clear.